especially when you have too many job openings and you have a lot of people applying and you have huge database of existing people who have applied earlier and things like that, and you have resumes, and then matching of these resumes to the particular job posts. Every time there is a new opening, the same cycle comes in, and there's huge time gone in just to find the right match for the JD, right? And using Gen AI, and finding the right match, it can definitely reduce a lot of time. This is another section where we have something on responsible AI deployment, how to reap benefits of Gen AI without risks. It's an article by Your Story. Let's check this article.
When they say deployment,
so generative AI has garnered both appreciation and criticism ever since it was introduced to the world. Technology makers have hailed it as a solution, increasing efficiency, save time. That's what we've been discussing. However, some feel Gen AI will be responsible for job losses. We talked about it, right? How AI can be when you want to increase efficiency, all those people who are not able to be as efficient as the Gen AI, maybe they'll lose the job. So in reality, it can help boost productivity and all that. For example, Gen AI in a contact center, you can automatically gather all the data from multiple conversation and brand literature in one place. Then when faced with a question, an agent can simply enter a prompt to get the answer, right? This is, we all have faced, right? You have a customer problem, you're speaking to someone, he says, I cannot handle, let me transfer it to a different department, and then again you have to tell all the problems from beginning, and he says, okay, let me get back to you, and after 3 days he calls the other person who's the agent, doesn't know anything about you, and he has to read all the stuff. So it's really a bad customer experience when you are talking to, when you have big brands who are talking on these lines. If Gen AI can come in and like what we see in the GPT-4o capabilities, right? You have the information and it can literally read all the historical information about this particular customer, and let's say if if it is regarding a repair or a service that I'm not happy with, or a product that I've bought and I've been a customer from the last 5 years, and this year I have a problem, so it can customize the response very much specific to personalization to improve the customer experience.
No, so in this case, Azan, I think when they say responsible deployment, right, the article seems to be referencing more from a job perspective, right? And how if AI does, ABC, people won't have those jobs, right? But I think this is, where there's a lot of noise about this, across the internet, across different countries and everything. But this is not something new. This has been happening for ages, right? Things become more efficient. There are things that like today, there are, okay, fine. There's a big set of people who do go out, farm and everything. But now they also use machine. A lot of that is also automated, right? Like you and me, we don't go out in the farm. We don't, plant our own vegetables and then go for harvest and all of that. But maybe 500-600 years ago, everyone used to do it, right? Now going back then, and when they saw these machines coming and doing everything automatically, they would also thought that, okay, now I don't have a job, right? Now I don't have I'm talking about laborers working in the farm, right? So similarly, I think there will be new jobs and new industries that are open because of this, and people will gradually move into that. But yes, like they've said, people today who don't know how to use it, they may be like, okay, now AI is doing my job, I don't know how to do anything else, right? So those cases will definitely get affected. But that's where you're supposed to upskill and try to use AI to improve your productivity. So if you could do 1x the work, now you use a tool and do 10x, so that I'm more valuable to the company or society or something like that.
We can definitely relate to this one more, like the use of Gen AI in HR functions. Especially when you have like too many job openings and you have a lot of people applying and you have huge database of existing people who have applied earlier and things like that, and you have resumes and then matching of these resumes to the particular job posts. Um, every time there is a new opening, the same cycle comes in, and there's huge time gone in just to find the right match for the JD, right? And using Gen AI and finding the right match, it can definitely reduce a lot of time.
Yeah, that's where I think that's where the responsible AI part of it kind of focuses on. So it's about what you deploy or what you start using it for versus trying to replace someone versus trying to augment them to be more productive, right? I think that's the core focus for all of us should be that, hey, can I make my HR team more productive than what they are, so that hey, we can probably interview a larger base. Similar to it, like legal or healthcare or customer success or any of these people, like what is the limited human capital that's already deployed, like can AI augment them to be a lot more productive and help deliver business outcomes, right?
Essentially, look at this as a scaling tool and not as a replacement tool, right? So,
in fact, Atul, sometimes what happens in some of our cases is the customers come back and say, what we are looking at these three skills. I need somebody on React and Node, and he should know a little bit of Kafka. That's it, just three keywords. Now, with these three keywords, we, or the HR team, whenever we want to say either recruit or find a job description, make a job description out of it, because you would need people. Then they should, have such big content from just three keywords, right?
Yeah.
And we already have some existing job descriptions that how we make. And now with use of Gen AI, maybe just use a chat GPT and the right prompt, you understand what the customer's business is, you understand what their demand is and what is the experience that they want, fill in those information, and it will generate you a right job description, because that helps for people who are applying. They cannot just see three keywords and apply for a job. So that actually we are currently using.
Yeah, I think, so these are like, this is where you're adding to somebody's output, right? So imagine the time, so if you hadn't done it this way, right? So they'd have to go maybe talk to someone who's already an expert in these technologies and say, okay, is this okay? Should I write this down? So I think here essentially what you get back is about maybe 1 or 2 days worth of effort, right?
So definitely yes. Yeah. Because then you need approvals, then you need things. Because even if you go to the hiring manager, he will also take some time to come back, and then you have waiting for this. There's always a bottleneck. Hey, why this has not happened? Oh, I'm not got a thing from the manager. I'm already busy with a lot of existing tasks. If they had a ready template, I would have easily just verified once and given an approval. So if this Gen AI can help us bridge these gaps, a lot of workflows can happen. It can lubricate the things going forward.